What is going on, guys? Today we're just going to take a quick look at the Streamlight TLR7 for the Sig P365. So for the Streamlight TLR7 Sub, this has been my everyday carry for quite some time now, and I just wanted to briefly kind of go over it and give you guys my thoughts on it, if I think it's worth for you guys, some of the experience that I've had with the issues, namely the rattling. I'm sure most of you guys have probably heard something like that is specific to the Sig version of that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So for starters, this is basically a TLR7A with just a adjusted form factor. It's a little bit slimmer in most directions, but it is like a little bit longer than a TLR7A. You can purchase these on Amazon for about $130. That's the current price that I've seen. Depending on where you shop, you can get them from different places. Just be careful about ordering lights on Amazon though, because I have received fake lights before. It wasn't an issue returning it and getting the real one, but it is a bit of a hassle. Next, let's just talk about the brightness. So it's a 500 lumen light, which is really good for a pistol light. The other two options that are really popular for the P365 is the TLR-6, which is only I think like 100 or 200 lumens, and the Surefire XSC, which is only 350 lumens. So the TLR7 Sub being 500 lumens is a really solid place for brightness to be. So next, let's just talk about the function of the light. It has the same switches as the TLR7A, so if you're familiar with that, this will be very easy adjustment. They're really nice tactile feeling. There is the toggle on versus the hold on, and there's also the double click to activate the strobe, and you can either leave that on or you can hold it and then release for deactivation. It's really easy to use, very good feeling switches, ambidextrous. You can hit them with either your thumb on your support hand or your index finger on your trigger finger. So next thing we need to talk about is the Sig attachment method. As I mentioned before, I did have some issues with this light when I first received it. So out of the box, when I installed it onto the Sig, there was a lot of wobbling, which you can't see now because I've fixed it, but there was a lot of wobbling just back and forth for no reason at all. I really couldn't figure out exactly what was wrong with it. So after doing a bunch of research online, I think I came across just a Reddit post that was really small, and they had mentioned that if you send in, or you send an email to Streamlight customer service, that they will actually send you out a new clamp for free that I guess has been modified, and it's an updated version that reduces that wobbling. So I sent them an email, and they were basically yeah, just send us your the model, or not the model, the serial number from your light and your shipping address, and we'll send one out to you. So within a couple of days, I got the new thing. They sent it out free of charge to me. So it was really easy on that front. After receiving it, I swapped it out myself. Unfortunately, I didn't have instructions, so it was a bit confusing trying to get it on, but once I figured it out, it was good to go there. And it did fix the wobbling, but after shooting it some more, and this is my fault, I hadn't put Loctite on it after before going to shoot it, so the screw did loosen up. So definitely make sure you apply Loctite onto your weapon lights, something that I learned pretty quickly from not having it on this one. So after remediating the issues that we had with it, we've been putting several hundred rounds through it, and we've never had any issues, never had any problems with the light flickering or doing any weird nonsense. But another cool feature about it too, this is mainly good for storage purposes. If you're maybe throwing your handgun into a weapon case or something, you can actually twist the front of this, and it'll kind of remove the contact points from the batteries, so that way you can't actually toggle the light on. So if it were to get bumped inside of a case, you wouldn't be burning out your batteries. Just a neat little feature that is good for storage, but I don't really use it ever, just because it's my everyday carry and it's always in my holster, so I just need it ready to go at all times. So yeah, overall it's a really great light. As long as you fix the issues with the wobbling, it's definitely good to go. The 500 lumens is really great for home defense. It's really great for if you were to be in some sort of altercation that requires you to pull out your handgun in maybe a parking lot at night or something. It's really good to have a light. Using this light is a lot more it's a lot more likely than actually having to discharge your firearm for any reason whatsoever. And it can also be used as a great deterrence as well, just lights in general on your firearm. So definitely something I suggest. My holster that I have, I made a previous video on it, is the T-Rex Arm Sidecar 2, and I've got no issues with that retention wise on this light or anything like that. So just yeah, it's really good to go. And again, just to touch on the point of the wobbling issue, I really don't think it's a Streamlight issue too much. I think it's just kind of maybe poor design from Sig. I think a Picatinny rail is a much sturdier option when it comes to mounting weapon lights. So I kind of wish that we had received that on the 365 grip modules, but this is what we have and what we deal with. So there are some other options. I think TD makes a Picatinny rail adapter, which is really cool. And I was thinking about doing that and just running the 1913 version of the TLR7 Sub. However, it's a lot harder to find holsters that are compatible with that rail adapter. So I kind of opted for this, so that way I could have some more holster options. But either way you go, you really can't go wrong. The light is great. I do suggest it. I think it's a great buy, and yeah, I'm really happy with it. Cool. So just before I let you guys go, I want to let you know we are really close to hitting 100 subscribers. I do appreciate every single one of you guys who likes the videos and leaves your comments. If you guys have any questions at all, definitely leave it down below. And I do plan on coming out with a video in the near future talking about my favorite upgrade for my Sig P365, which is actually my ZevTech mag release. So definitely subscribe, make sure you stay tuned so you can see that. This little upgrade has been a life changer. So more to come on that. I'll catch you guys in the next one.